endurance class at Big Elk this year, and it was a lot of fun. You know, endurance is they give you 4 hours, see how many laps you could do. The name of the game is just preserve energy. And this start, I was just trying to get decent positioning, but I wish I would have started off a little bit harder. You know, it would have helped me to ride the race a little bit better that I wanted to ride, you know, and not have other riders dictate what sections I'm going to be going, you know, their speed. You know, I could go slower when I want to go slower and faster when I go faster, but my, you know, kind of bad tactics early on kind of, you know, impacted that, and I wish I would have tried a little bit harder early on in this race.
Yeah. Gotta let it settle. Right, back.
This course was so rooty early on. You're lots of rooty climbs, rooty corners that were off camber, and by the end of 4 hours, I was over every route, and I could feel every single route in my spine. It was rough. can honestly say my first 2 laps weren't great. Lap 1 was my fastest lap, and I had bad positioning, therefore I was having to ride other people's races. Certain sections where I'm slower, I had to keep pace with them. and certain sections where I would consider myself to be a little bit faster, I had to keep pace with them. So it was a nice consistent first lap, but I was expending a lot of energy where I didn't want to expend energy. So I was a little bit impacted on lap 2 from that, and I wanted to really recover on lap 2, but I had an early crash early in the second lap that cost me a lot of time, and I also dropped my nutrition bottle that I had to, like, it was at a kind of higher speed area, so I did have to stop and go back and get it because I didn't want to leave it, because I wanted to keep up with my nutrition. I needed my calories and I needed the amino acids that were in the bottle. So I felt that stopping and going and getting it, even though it did cost me some time, it would help me in the long run to have that bottle for the remainder of the second lap.
Left here.
As I said, I didn't want to expend a lot of energy on sections where I'm weaker at, but there was this gravel climb, and I knew that the best descent of the race was after this. So I did put a little extra effort in getting in front of these riders, because I don't know how they all ride. You know, I've never ridden with these folks before, so I don't know how they are on the descents, and I wanted to ride my ride in the descent, so I did put forth a little bit of effort, a little extra kick to get to the top of this climb before anybody else, so I could ride that descent the way I wanted to ride it. even though some of this is lap 1 footage, lap 2, towards the end of lap 2, I was basically in like last place. You know, there might have been one rider behind me in my class, but I put forth a pretty poor effort in lap 2. You know, going down, dropping my bottle, you know, getting, you know, spending the lap trying to recover. It was 4 minutes slower than my first lap.
Feeling pretty good. Got it. Yeah. Lap 3.
So lap 3 went a lot better for me. To be honest, I wasn't messing around. I knew that I had a really poor performance, and if I basically did that again for 2 more laps, you know, that time, I might not even be able to go for a 5th lap. So I really put the hammer down as much as possible, you know, it being an endurance race. But I just wasn't messing around, and I set out to catch whoever was in front of me, and I was able to catch a group of riders that were in my group by the end of lap 3. when I caught these riders, I was really excited. It really made up for the bad lap 2 that I had, and my lap 3 was way faster than my lap 2, which is, you know, when you're a beginner in endurance, you know, that's a lot. You can take a lot from that.
Hours in, 2 hours in, feeling really good. So my nutrition is great today, feeling okay. A little bit of a knee pain, just letting me know it's still there. It's all good, no cramps yet. We're good. I got 2 more hours to go. Let's do it. Yep, on the left there, thank you. Yep.
'My lap 4 was also very good and faster than my lap 2. I was able to start catching riders. I caught like 6 or 7 riders. You know, not all of them were in my group. There were, you know, there were 45 plus. There were some single speeders. But I was able to start passing people, and that meant that I was moving forward, which really got me fired up.
Two and a half hours in, a little more. I'm passing people, this is awesome. Feeling good. I was feeling rough the first couple laps, but I got it now. Feeling good.
So I didn't record the last hour of the race. I was really focused on my performance and my cameras on my bike. I had broken the bracket. You know, I couldn't just record. I would had to do a vlog record. So then I was really focused on really performances. I knew that there was riders behind me, and I didn't want to mess up all the progress that I made on 3 and 4. For lap 5. Similar to my other race at Camden County, I didn't want to have a precipitous drop off on any of my laps. Now, my 5th lap was 50 minutes, or a little over 50 minutes, but my 2nd lap was 48 minutes, 49 minutes. So we're talking a little less than 2 minutes between my 2nd lap and my 5th lap. And to me, that gives me a lot of encouragement moving forward that I can really do this.
That was tough.
So I got 9th place out of 15 riders. It may not seem like much, but for me, I'm really stoked with that performance. I mean, the riders that I would, the riders that were in front of me, we're talking pro level riders. There were some. This is an open group, no age limit, and I was the first rider of the riders of 5 laps. So the amateurs, I was the first to lead that. I almost even got a 6th lap if I would have, maybe focused a little bit harder on lap 2 and came in 3 or 4 minutes than I did. I could have gotten a 6th lap. I would be on the tail end of the faster riders. I am super pumped, and I hope that you enjoy these videos for the endurance, because moving forward, I believe I'm going to be doing a lot of these endurance races. I'm looking into doing other races outside of Mass Series races. But please, if you like this content, please like and subscribe and do whatever you want to do, and I'll see you at Grenoble.